Hey guys, welcome to my channel. First and foremost, I want to introduce myself. I'm Luis, but you can call me L, like the letter L. And of course, the subject matter probably have. I moved to LA a while back to study fashion design, and I never left. And I've been working here ever since, and I absolutely love the sunny weather here. That's just a little bit about me, but I wanted to start this channel to be a creative outlet for me, to basically share all of my creative thoughts with all of you. I dabble in a little bit of everything, and somehow it all revolves around fashion and art. So if you're interested in those kinds of, topics, you definitely want to stick around for my next videos. In this video, I chose a particular art piece that I did a while back because it had the most likes on Instagram. A lot to do with it. It was a Selena sketch, basically a fashion rendering of Selena. And I chose that because I absolutely love fashion sketching, and I am a huge Selena fan. With that being said, if you want to follow me on Instagram, where I post all of my artwork, my handle there is Mendozagram. And now let's get into that fashion sketch. So I'm starting off here, as you can see, with a previous sketch of a 90s Versace ad that I had done a few months ago. Sound off below if you know what model wore this Versace look. So as you can see here, I am basically using the reference picture on the right to mimic what the costume looked like for the red bustier look. And I'm also using the reference picture on the left to see where the boots hit on her legs. I then go into doing the solid colors of the sketch, which is one of my favorite parts. I feel like this is something that you can do whenever you're stressed out and you need something to relax with, because it's something that you can do to really just get your mind clear and really, take your time to do this in a very neat way. And then after that comes the facial shading, which, as you can see here, is something that is very similar to applying makeup. You use kind of the same type of application. Right now I am using the darker shade to basically contour her face, like her cheekbones, her eyelids, her nose outline, and anything that needs shading to make her look more 3D. And then I clean it up a little bit afterwards. This is before I found out that you can actually use clipping masks on Procreate. And then here you see that I'm starting to use a lighter shade to kind of highlight her cheekbones, the bridge of her nose, her forehead, her chin. And then I realized that I wanted her face to really pop. So I went into the solid color layer and lightened it up a little bit, just so that her features would pop against her skin. And usually girls use a lot of highlight on their faces. So usually that is something that really pops a little bit more than their body. So after that, I went in and I ink dropped the red from the Selena picture on the right to really get the same shade, because I really wanted to get her iconic red lipstick. And then I went in and obviously shaded it and added some like glistening lip gloss type of accents to really make the lips look real. And then after that, we go on to the body shading, but I have to say that I really love that Selena forehead curl. So cute. So now we're on to her body shading, like I mentioned before, and I used the right and the left image of the Madame Tussauds wax figure to really look to see how her abs would look in the costume, and like her cleavage and the highlights, her shoulders and everything. And my fashion figure actually had a high-waisted version of her original costume, so that's why you don't see her belly button on this. But I wanted to make it a little bit more modern, so like I said, that's why I chose the high-waisted version. I mean, this is a fashion figure, so I wanted to make it as appealing as possible to today's fashion standards. And here I'm going into her hair. I'm shading her hair with about 3 to 4 different types of colors to really make it like 3-dimensional. But then after I do the initial shading, I also go in and use a calligraphy fine brush to really get in there and, you know, do the hair strokes and the brush strokes of like the highlights and the lowlights and everything that goes into really giving those curls those defined looks, so that it really looks 3D and not just like a flat rendering of something that you kind of know you didn't take too much time and effort to do. Then after that, I, you know, go into her leggings, and even though this is a black legging, I really wanted it to show dimension, so I went in and I did shading. A lot of people, you know, try to skip the step because they're like, oh, it's just black, but that really makes a big difference. Here, as you're seeing, I went in and I had a really look at what Procreate had to offer as far as brushes, and they had this spackle effect brush that kind of threw like different types of little splatter dots everywhere. So I went in and I did that, but then I had to go in and erase the ones I didn't like the placement of, and then add bigger ones to really show like a sequin effect. Then after that, I added the little white rhinestone lines, and in this step, I really made sure that I went to every single rhinestone and added, you know, lowlights and highlights to really make it look like a real rhinestone. And I have to say, I love the after effect. I really liked how 3D it looked. And at the end, I, you know, thought, you know, all girls love tons of jewelry, so let me just give her a little bracelet to match her earrings that had, you know, some white rhinestones along with the red rhinestones. And at the end, I really concentrated on her boots, and I looked at the left Selena Madame Tussauds image and really copied the folds, the wrinkles of the, you know, boot, and just translated it to look more like a leather boot. And like I said, we're kind of nearing the end of this sketch, and I really love how it turned out. I feel like it's iconic Selena with her red lip, her red bustier, and I really hope that you guys like it, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed all of this and that you would like and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram at Mendozagram, same handle as my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys on our next video.